Hi, fam.
Hello.
Welcome back to the SAUCY SIBZ podcast. I'm Francesca.
I'm Nicodemus.
And we are your hosts.
We are your hosts. Your two favorite siblings. Your two best friends. Don't have any friends? We'll be your friends.
Yeah. We were thinking of we want to paper the town and merch stickers or whatever. And we're trying to think of I've wanted to steal it from this one influencer from 10 years ago. And Nick was like, we don't steal things. But it was don't follow your heart, follow our podcast.
I honestly love it. I really do.
I know.
But it's just not original. You know
He's just not a podcaster. And
Yeah.
I literally, I don't know. Who knows? But it's wrong. But anyway, we're don't have friends.
I know. I don't. I was thinking. I think it's so funny. Don't have friends. We'll be your friends. But it's also do we need to start our episodes off with insulting our listeners?
No, but it came about because everyone's oh, I just feel I'm hanging out with my friends or catching up with friends.
Yeah. But I don't hate it. Working slogan.
We think one of our good friends is going to start. We need a logo,
Yes.
merch, podcast cover art.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Actually, we have a new friend who I'm sure we'll talk about more. His name's Farah, and yeah, he's just great. It's just I love meeting new people that you feel not only are we friends, but it's I feel we could
Work
have
together.
A
You want to hire
collaboration.
your friends. That's the
Exactly.
dream.
Yeah.
But it's also crazy being in Denver, meeting new people.
Meeting new people. We have been meeting a lot of people, but we're always meeting new people.
I know, but in Breckenridge, not so many new ones when we're there. It's because we travel.
Yeah.
You guys, a couple things.
Couple updates.
Well-
Welcome to our update episode.
When we just went through it, Nick, I forgot to add in there what just happened to me as we were getting ready.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
You guys-
so can I just set the scene?
Please.
Literally set the scene. So as I set the scene, I set up the tripods and cameras and lights
Okay.
and microphones. Francesca's getting ready, you know?
So Nick, it kind of sucks, him, but you get the task of setting up all the shit because I have to get ready for it ends up being an hour because I dilly-dally.
More than
Okay.
But, so what happened to you when you...
I'm literally getting ready. So makeup's almost done. And I have my boots on in the house, which honestly, it's kind of gross. Walking downtown, it kind of grosses me out that I still had them on. But I slipped. There was no water. I didn't trip over a dog toy. I don't know what happened. I was coming out to plug my phone in and I slipped in my bathroom floor. Luckily I didn't hurt myself. But I felt like a cartoon, you guys, not banana peel backwards. I fell forward, but I had a coffee that we just got, which I'll talk about the coffee machine in our apartment in a second. But I fall forward. The entire cup of coffee splashes in my face and I fall to the ground face first. I thought about crying just because it scared me a little, but I held it in.
I was out here setting up and I just heard this horrible crash and you kind of scream, yelp.
There was Tito's in my coffee.
And it went into the eye.
It went into my eyes and I mascara, I just did my eyebrows. And I was I'm gonna have to redo my makeup and it's on my new carpet. And Nick's just well, you pulled out your phone and took a TikTok.
Yeah, I think you can go see it. I actually think it's kind of funny. It turned out good. It really did get all over your face. And
all over. And I wasn't redoing my makeup. I'm we're base layer, foundation, powder, eyebrows on. I just cleaned up the mascara and patted my face dry. So my face is a little sticky with a vanilla latte.
Yeah.
It's fine. I powdered over it. It's not, hopefully it's not shiny. I don't know. We're going with.
I don't think so. But did you trip over yourself?
No. It was a slip, but the floor
carpet?
wasn't wet. No, it was on my bathroom floor, which
Okay.
I believe is not linoleum, but the new fake wood.
Fake
they
hardwood
do.
floors. It sounded bad.
No, it was. I can't believe I didn't hurt myself. It was really just the whole cup of coffee, like going down the log flume when it's that's. It was a full facial, and I was gross, and I was just and it was all in. It was burning.
Yeah.
I was mostly just upset about the makeup. I could have broken my ankle and I would have thought about the makeup first.
Yeah. Right in the eyes.
Yeah. I couldn't open my eyes for 5 minutes.
I turn the corner and you're just on the floor. You just look defeated.
I was going to stay down there for a second.
Damn.
And we just went down to the lobby to get a coffee.
We did.
So you guys,
These things don't happen to me.
No.
I really don't trip. I have tripped before in my life, but I'm just not like falling over my carpet and splashing the whole drink of, in my face. But like that.
What happened yesterday? Mom like yelled at me. So I don't have spatial awareness.
Yeah.
I run into like doorways. So if I'm going through a doorway, you're just a normal person, you're not on your phone, you're walking through, my brain doesn't go through the middle of the doorway. Sometimes like I'll hit the left side or I'll check the left side, or like if I go down a hallway, I'll run into the wall.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. There's something wrong with my brain, but Dad does it too.
Does he?
Mom said that he's always running into shit. But he's just a big dude. So
He
maybe
is
that's
big.
why I don't really have like that much of an excuse. I tell people it's because I grew too fast.
You do. That's why you're clumsy.
Yeah, my limbs
I've
grew.
heard you say that. I've heard you say that, but like, it's
You guys,
just
I
not
was a
true.
tiny little girl. Have I said this before?
I don't
on the
know.
podcast? Okay, you guys, they were like, she'll never get over 5 foot. She's going to be a little tiny. I was in like 0
tiny girly
percentile.
girl.
Like, oh, she's just going to be like this tiny little thing her whole life. And then I hit puberty and I grew like 6 inches in 6 months, like growing pains. I would cry at night. I have stretch marks all over my body. And I'm not a small girl. I'm 5'9". That's tall.
5'9". Yeah.
Yeah. And so like, but I swear like the limbs grew too fast to where like, I don't know what to do with them.
That is such like a. I mean, I feel like that could have been like maybe in high school,
Like
a
maybe
little
for
clumsy,
6 months,
you
and
know
then
what I mean? And
now
then you
they
like learn how to, cope with it.
Now they should be a part of my body.
It's
And
been
I
15
should
years.
no, truly longer probably. I'm old.
Yeah.
But anyway, mostly upset. Well, okay. Number 1, makeup. Number 2, the latte. We just got from our lobby because you guys actually, Mom and Dad have been like making fun of me. He's like, oh, what are you guys like living in a resort? And I'm like, Dad, we pay $1,000 less a month, and we were living in a basement before.
I love this apartment. I am so. Also, do you guys like our nice kitchen? If you're listening, we have a nice kitchen with an island. So
Literally, and I told Nick when we moved, I go, all I want is an influencer kitchen. I go, all these rich bitches in LA with their like white countertops and their light filled kitchens. I was like, how come I think I can be a food blogger just once I have that kitchen, which things don't work that way.
yeah,
But it helps.
I just need a granite top island, and then I can.
Then I can be a food influencer.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's all I wanted. And it honestly, like, ask and you shall receive. Actually, we need to talk about the apartment complex about sponsoring the podcast. You guys, we found out that if like a friend of yours comes and takes a tour, you get $500.
Yes. So
They're gonna
those
have
of
to
you
put
in
a cap on
Denver,
it.
Colorado, hit me up, DM me, and like come take a tour. And like, I'll give you like $50.
I'm not kidding. Under the table.
Yeah.
Like, please come take a tour.
Yeah.
Pretend you're going to live here. I'm just kidding. Wait, we can't tell them our secrets.
I know. All right, do you think they're listening? Maybe.
I told the maintenance man he's listening.
Okay. Yeah,
Mike.
He's listening.
He's like, our
no,
bud.
he's got our back though.
I was walking the other day and he was in front of me and he turned around and he goes, I know those boots. And I was like, oh, Mike caught me.
Mike caught me.
I have a very determined walk.
You will walk so confidently in the wrong direction, having absolutely no idea where you're going. And I'll
Yes.
be like, Francesca, hey,
No,
that way.
It's
that
a
way.
problem. People will be like, wait, where are we going? And I'm like, I don't know. And they go, you're leading the pack.
You're leading
and
the
you
pack.
are charging like you have been here a million times. I go, I have no idea where the fuck
I have
we
no
are.
idea. Are we going somewhere?
Nick, I do Google Maps to Trader Joe's.
Okay, not too bad. I actually
not-
think I could get there without Google
Most
Maps.
people could. I think it's like 2 streets. But like I used Google Maps in Breckenridge for like 6 months and it's one
you did.
street.
That was bad. That was actually really bad. I remember it'd been like a year, and I'm like, Francesca, like you just go down the hill. Like we go to the valley, like down the hill.
I don't
You're not
have
gonna
a
go
sense
up
of
the
direction.
mountain, you know?
That's not even like a trying to be a dumb girl. Like, oh, boys have directions. That is something, again, let's just talk about all the reasons my brain doesn't work. But
This episode is why Francesca's neurodivergent. No, I actually have a really poor sense of direction as well. And I've been with people that have just amazing senses of direction, like Max White, my best friend growing up. It's like, fuck, he goes somewhere once and he will always forever remember how to go there. I'm not that way, although I am pretty mean with a map. I do know how to work a map.
do you have to get in the map?
What do you mean?
Get in the map, Joey.
I don't know.
It's a Friends reference. You're too young.
I don't know.
So in Friends, Joey, they're in London, and he would have to set the map on the ground, and he would stand on top of it, and then like he'd be like,
funny.
I got to get in the
That's
map,
kinda
and he would
funny.
literally set it down and get in it, and then they'd be like, okay, where are we going? They'd be like, all right, Joey, get in the map.
Get in the map.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of a good way to like kind of visualize what's going on. Yeah. No, don't need that though.
If someone tells me something's east, I'll say, oh, okay. And then I'll have a mental breakdown afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I am that classic person. If someone tries to give me directions, oh, okay, you're just going to go to like, Lewis and Clark Street, and then you're going to go like left, and then and I'm like, bro, what? And I just immediately black out. I have no idea what you're telling me.
I pretend I'll nod my head for 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll let,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I will walk away and want to cry.
And then I think I focus so much on like, I'm thinking not about what they're saying in the directions. I'm thinking about acting like I am understanding. You know what I mean? And
Just
I'm
so convincing.
Just like give them like good eye contact, and then a good handshake, and It just like really
Like, thank you, sir. Like, it's the thought that counts. But you're like, I'm going to go ask somebody else.
I have no fucking clue where I'm going. Yeah.
Or like when people draw you like a map, they put like north at the top. They're like here, there. You don't remember that as much because you grew up like with MapQuest.
Yeah, but I did once. I got fired from the summer camp that I was working at, and I was 16. And
For smoking weed, right?
For smoking weed.
You don't even smoke weed. Like, that's the fucked up part.
It's the biggest joke of the century. But anyway, so I had to drive back to St. Louis, but I didn't have like my co-pilot with me because he didn't get fired. And so my boss printed me out like a MapQuest, and I had to follow them, and I literally got lost. I pulled over it to so many fucking gas stations because I was like, sir, can you help me? How do I get to St. Louis? Looking back, like, they were probably like, who the fuck gave this kid a car?
You know what's funny is on our road trip, we bought an atlas.
I don't know why we did that. I thought that was just us being like, okay, so when we went on that 3-month road trip right at the start of this podcast, so that's like episode 1 for all of you that haven't listened back that far. Francesca, as we went on this, long, we were planning on 3 months. It lasted about like 6 weeks.
8 weeks. I think it was like 2 months. Yeah.
And we bought an atlas, like an adventure road atlas from REI.
I think that was us and REI being like, okay, because the idea of the road trip was that we were going to camp the whole time.
Yeah.
Like it's funny that we thought we were going north because it gets cold.
Right.
But we thought we were like, oh, campground, staying outside, like saving money, like doing this whole like thing. So we went to REI, Nick, and like we just like went nuts. Like, do we need a Bunsen burner?
I know. I felt like
is that what they're called, or only in science class?
No, it's not a Bunsen burner, but it's like similar, like a little stove
jet
boiler, Yeah, we really thought we were going full like, Bear Grylls on this shit, but we were honestly
I cried to mom, and she got us a hotel in Monterey at one point.
Yeah, which is a great hotel.
No, it was adorable. It was a little like run down, like no one was running it.
Oh yeah, there was no management.
It was gorgeous, but like I think the hotel was closed and there was teenagers running it.
And the free breakfast was like apples.
It was like
and
a
granola
sack
bars.
lunch.
Yeah,
like you're at summer camp and they're giving you a sack lunch. It was bizarre.
Anyway,
but it was really cheap.
It was
Mom
good.
was like, I booked it. Like we stayed there once and it was like amazing. And I was like, okay, Mom, like not to be rude.
COVID was hard.
I was like, high school kids are running this right now.
Yeah, and there was like no one at the front desk. It was weird, but it worked. Hey, clean shower.
It was.
Other updates. What?
I didn't even get to the part because we keep getting. Sorry. No, we were talking about the apartment. Mom and Dad keep making fun of us because Dad's like, you live at a resort. What are you paying for? And I'm like, Dad, we literally pay so much less. But you guys are like, we have a problem. There is a free latte machine in our lobby.
It's one of the nicest latte espresso machines I've ever seen in my life.
It freshly grinds the espresso beans.
Yeah.
Because like even if you do like a double shot, it makes you wait for each shot that it does.
It's like the size of a refrigerator, but it's like actually just a latte machine.
And people have been asking you on your story. They're like, wait, so it's actually just like
100% free, 100%.
Doesn't run out. You just have to bring your own cup, which I love.
Yeah.
Because that would be very wasteful.
We would have white coffee cups littered across this apartment.
My white coffee cup problem would be.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they don't do that because then like just people would be frivolous. But you have to bring your own mug. Mm-hmm. And we go down there and we say hi. We like, we love our people here.
guys, I feel like at this apartment, like we know the maintenance guy, we know the front desk people, we know the manager.
They love za.
Yeah, it's like a little community.
No,
even though it's a
is.
massive apartment building,
Which
I'm really
you don't
loving
get a
it.
lot. Like I miss having doormen in New York because they like know your life. They see you at all stages for good and for bad, and like we don't walk past them every time we come in the building, so they don't because we have our own little entrance. But like, so that which I'm kind of glad. Like they don't need to see me come home at 4 a.m.
Totally.
Like,
yeah. I don't think they'd be at the desk.
Well, you're right. They're
but
not
I guess
24
doormen
hours.
would be, right?
Doormen in New York are
Doormen-
24
okay,
hours.
okay.
Most.
See, I've never experienced that. I have in China, like we had doormen, but like it wasn't the same.
Because you pay for doormen for the security aspect.
100%.
Because they literally know every single person that lives there, and you're not coming up. But like you noticed that, right? When you stayed with me,
No,
did you
100%.
stay with me at Wall Street?
Yeah.
And because they got to know your face, and then after 2 days, you're able to come up to my room. But for that, if they don't recognize you, you're not fucking getting in our elevator.
Well, actually, can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, you lived at 95 Wall. Which,
yeah, like
okay.
it's kind of like not a famous building, but people in New York, if you're in financial, people know the building.
Yeah, it was such a great building. I'm coming back from India post malaria. So
He looked like a stray cat.
Stray fucking cat. I'm wearing like, hiking clothes and like I have a backpack on and like I just look like fucking shit. And my beard was all grown out. And so I walk into 95 Wall, very nice building. And like I'm like, oh, I think my sister lives here.
And it looks like Gringotts, you guys. Like truly. Yeah. And like people don't know this. Wall Street is only like a block, maybe like a block and a half, couple blocks. It's a very little street of really packed in nice buildings and then like business stuff, obviously. But
like I walk into this building and
don't belong.
The literal door guys they were like, they didn't say this, but I know they were just looking at me like, you sure you're not lost? Because like I did not look like I was on Wall Street, or living in that building.
Yeah.
I looked like a fucking homeless person that had just been hitchhiking through Asia.
And it's like, why would you would never like hitchhike to Wall Street? You would go to like Lower East Side or Brooklyn to try and
it's some like cute fancy or not fancy, but like some like artistic hostel or something like that. Not Wall Street, and then you came and got me and they're like, oh, he actually does belong
he belongs to you.
I know. They're like, we found your brother. He's been
but then
the
you got
sewer.
to know them.
Yeah, and then every time I walked in, they were like, hey, and I was like, hey, wait, because I love that camaraderie. That's why I wanted to bring it up. Like having a really cool building with a really awesome door guy, like that was such a vibe. I really enjoyed that experience.
Yeah, Urgus was my favorite.
Yeah.
Shout out, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we also had laundry in my building. So Mark was we had a dry cleaning and regular laundry.
In the building?
Dude.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I
normal.
knew that.
Yeah. You'd go to like, I think it was like the second floor, walk down the hallway, and there was the package room, and then there was full-time like dry cleaning. Okay. So you could drop off your suit for tomorrow morning, pick it up in your fucking building. And it was like the whole like tourney thing. There was like I don't know how New York operates. Like, well,
I don't know why I didn't think that it was possible to have dry cleaning in a building.
I don't think they dry cleaned it there. I don't think that the whole operation was there. I think they had like the spinny thing where they find the things, but I think they took the things that needed to do it, and I think they dry cleaned it and then brought it back.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, I don't think it was a whole operation.
But if you told me that there was some fancy building in New York City that had a roller coaster going throughout it, I'd be like, yeah, it sounds like New York. I don't understand like how the space works with a roller coaster in a building, but makes sense,
Well, the best thing though, one of the biggest things in New York is very affordable is getting your laundry done. They weigh it by the pound. So you kind of go almost like 2 trash bags full might only be like $25. Mm-hmm. And they wash it and they dry it, not dry cleaning, just regular laundry. And it's a thing there. And everything is folded. So you pick it up the next morning after you like go to work, or maybe I think sometimes I could even get it at the end of my workday. And like they would fold like your underwear into like itty bitty squares. Wow. So the whole thing, and then it'd be like vacuum sealed. So like I would drop off 2 giant bags of clothes and it would come like a little pancake all perfectly folded. And I was this was $25?
This is, yeah.
I was like,
Dry
this is the life.
It's expensive, but it's cheap,
Yeah.
It's not, I love that. My little time in New York, just living on your.
Well, he lived at my place for like 2 weeks after he had like almost died in India.
Yeah.
So that was like probably, it was such a culture shock
I was
for you.
sleeping in the manger.
Just with your Jesus hair that he has tied back in a banana clip. Nick has recently discovered banana clips.
Gentlemen, have you guys ever heard of banana clips? They're great. Like, I also feel like, you know, a man grows out his hair and then people are like, dude, sick hair, but it's like pretty average hair. Where like women's have gorgeous, beautiful hair that they take care of, but no one cares. Notices too much. Banana clips. I'm gonna wear this out, and people will be like, "Dude, that is so sick. Where did you even get something like that?"
Well, your
I'm
birthday's
like,
coming up. If anybody wants to buy you anything, cute banana clips.
You can send me banana clips to my mailbox if you like.
We have mail. That's wild.
Because we're in Denver. We're in a big city.
We don't get, for reference, you don't get mail in the mountains. It does not exist. You have to have a P.O. box, which we lived up there for 3 years. And we never once had a P.O. box.
No, I said fuck that. Because I always felt like I'd be leaving. But it was 3 years. That's why I just didn't get mail. We just didn't get mail.
For 3 years, we didn't get mail.
I was very comfortable not getting mail.
No. People have asked me, they're like, no, you didn't. I'm like, I sent things to friends' P.O. boxes. I'd probably say, in 3 years, what do you think, 9 times? 6 times?
Maybe. I don't really know.
Oh, you never did?
Not really.
Wild.
I mean, no. There were a few things, maybe one or two things.
We just lived without mail, and we didn't have stores.
Uh-huh. I know. It was wild. So that's why, like, now we have Uber Eats.
We went to Nordstrom the other day. Look at Nick's cute new top.
It's All Saints. Have you guys ever heard of Nordstrom? They're in cities. But, no. Anyway, we're really liking Denver so far. We've been here for how many days? It's January 19th.
19 days.
We have been here for
20
days. 20 days. So, so far so good. Uber Eats. I honestly am never going to be someone that will Uber Eats.
It's such a waste of money. It's so bad. In New York, I was making stupid money, so like I didn't care. I would just dude, I would do it for a coffee. It's fucked up.
Coffee.
You'd get like your
building didn't have a latte machine down in the lobby.
No, actually, we did not.
Fucking.
But that's like New Yorkers like going to get your coffee is like a thing. The fact that I wouldn't walk 10 steps.
What are you poor in New York?
What?
You don't have a
No, we didn't
latte
have
machine in the lobby.
Honestly, they probably look down on it.
I just couldn't live like that.
We're gonna be so spoiled here.
I know. Next update.
Your limp, how's it doing?
Okay, guys. As we all know, 2 weeks ago, I told you I have a limp. We're getting better. I wake up every morning and I hit the treadmill because walking is really good for it.
No, you've had to. So if Nick doesn't like consistently walk like miles morning and night, he like wakes up and can't walk.
Yeah.
So we got home from going out the other night and at like 1 a.m. you like put on your workout clothes and went to the.
Yeah, I was a bit buzzed and I went and like walked the treadmill. Otherwise, I'll like yelp trying to put my shoes on. It really is bad. So, but we're working. We have made significant progress, but I will say that the limp is still here. So can't say that I've gotten rid of it, but limpy is here.
It's like so bad he has to like preface it around people. Like, yes, I'm limping. Like, don't feel weird about it. Like, you can't bring it up to me.
Actually, one of my best friends came to visit me, and we get out of the car, and I had like this slight limp for a bit, and she didn't say anything, and so I brought it up. I was like, "Oh, by the way, like I am limping. I have a bit of an issue," and she just goes, "Yeah, I saw that, but I just want to say anything."
This is weird.
Yeah, I know. So, limp update. I'll update you guys in 2 weeks about that. Second update. Guys, the third Saucy Sib, our brother Max, is expecting a child with his lovely wife, Olivia.
We can finally tell people now.
I know, yeah. And it's going to be a girl because they can tell the sex of the baby immediately now.
No, like by a blood test, yes.
Isn't that wild?
Not immediately, but a lot earlier than it shows up on an ultrasound.
Totally.
You guys, this is wild. I'm going to be an aunt.
I'm going to be a gunkle.
The gay uncle.
Gay uncle.
Nick said, I can't wait for like the content. What's like the...
Okay, you guys see those memes where it's like the gunkle comes home and, you know, he just like takes a photo with his niece and then the moment the photo is done, he's like, all right, someone take this bitch out of my hand.
Throws it.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like that, obviously, but...
I told Mom I was going to make a quilt.
A quilt?
Oh, shoot. They listen to the podcast. Now I have to do it. I want to make something...
A quilt?
That baby Piazza will have for like the rest of her life. Like that is like sentimental that I've like made.
Okay, Mother Goose.
Well, I just like, I don't want to just like buy something. And I feel like I still have quilts from when I was little that like my great aunts made me.
Yeah.
And they're gorgeous and I will save them. Like I have this like butterfly comforter quilt that's insane. But no, so I said, Mom, like, do you think that I'm crafty enough to learn how to quilt? And our other cousin, Amanda, the other day goes, absolutely not, Francesca. Like
Wait, really?
Yeah. She told
That's
me.
rude.
Well,
It's nothing
But, like,
TikTok can't teach you.
exactly.
That's how I feel.
Oh, quilting TikTok?
YouTube
I bet
and
it's
TikTok exists.
wild.
You can do fucking anything.
But there's crazy quilts and then there's simple quilts. I just squares.
You're not trying to make like, you know,
Like a kaleidoscope situation.
I was just thinking like the American flag because of that's when quilting. When anyone says quilting, I think of Betsy Ross and the American flag. Even though that it's really just a couple stripes and stars.
That's funny. But the stars, that seems hard.
Especially in Colonial America. I mean,
They not do that with
they
sewing
didn't
machines?
have TikTok back then. So, I mean, who taught Betsy Ross how to fucking quilt? It wasn't me.
Oh, they can't just look shit
They
up.
have to like learn from their ancestors.
Yeah,
The
wild.
elders of the colonial tribes.
That's crazy. No, and Mom goes, why don't you just crochet? I go, that sounds way
Crochet?
harder. Could you imagine seeing me in this corner? I could see me like getting, I feel like we should have a sewing machine. I don't know. Like even aesthetically, I bet there's cute like sewing machines, but I want to sew like a beautiful quilt for her to have. Like I want it to be her favorite blankie.
Little blanky.
Because we're going to be distant aunts and uncles.
I think this is a great idea.
Thank
just need to
you.
do it. Like, but you can absolutely do it. You know, a lot of people do like t-shirt quilts. I see people. You know
Yeah.
who is into sewing, super into her sewing machine, is Sarah Schmidt. Shout out
Oh.
Sarah. So she could absolutely teach you how to sew. I don't think it's that hard.
I don't think it's that hard either.
You just have to learn, which it's like
Yeah, I want it to be like, this is her favorite blankie that
Yeah.
she never drops, and it's from her favorite Aunt Francesca.
watch it be the most fucked up.
No.
She's like, my aunt tried.
I'm gonna figure it out. I told Mom, I was like, I'm just gonna go to Joann's Fabrics.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna befriend an older woman, and she's gonna teach me. It's exactly what I'm gonna do.
The great grandchild of Betsy Ross.
Yes.
No,
I bet I bet the people at Joann's Fabrics are like serious. I don't
no,
even
no.
need TikTok. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna find the heaviest set, like shortest hair.
Oh.
Maybe she's wearing like some like prints, maybe like little animals, and maybe like a cardigan. I don't know. Glasses that she sets down on her nose. I'm gonna find her in the back organizing fabric, and I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
"Hi, my name's Francesca.
Hi.
And I'd like to be your new best friend."
No, that would absolutely
I
work.
bet you they have classes.
Sewing classes,
I'm gonna meet some new people.
quilting classes,
Both.
both. I mean, yeah.
This is like a new endeavor I'm doing, you guys. Listen, I'm really excited. I haven't even like fully realized that we're gonna be
I agree
like.
that there's.
You think it's gonna make me want to have a baby?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
You know what's crazy? I was talking to Nick the other day because like we have a business venture together and we want to like podcast and like travel the world and do all these things. He's 6 years younger than me, so it's like I like told him, I go, I've always known I wanted to be a mom, but I don't. I mean, for me, it's like at least 3 years off is how I feel. I would love to like be married and have a kid in like 3-4 years. Like
No.
I think I can still podcast and do stuff, but once we're more like, you know, established,
Yeah.
but I'm like getting up there.
So
I don't know what to do. I mean,
it's
I'm just
either
going to let,
podcast or have a family. No, I'm kidding.
I choose podcast.
Hopefully by that, like, well, no, you don't have to make decisions.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
that.
I'm
I
not
was joking.
choosing,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
at this point right now, if you were,
No, you don't even have to think about it like that. I mean, that is just so. Who knows what's going to happen in a year? And then also, like, I'll just replace you with an AI robot that looks just like you. You know, it's heading that fast. It's like we're getting there. You know,
I hate that. We had a whole robot conversation
know.
today. We can't get into
we
it.
were like, should we bring up robots on the podcast? And we're like, no. But no, I don't think you have to choose between like your career
And
that
motherhood.
is just,
No,
and motherhood
and
and
I
like
don't-
taking off, and even like with us traveling and stuff like that. Like,
Well, because doing this full time, I can do and have a kid. This is not like a 9-to-5 job. Like I feel like what we're trying to build, I can absolutely handle it if it was paying our bills completely. We have something to tell you guys.
Are we going there?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's do it. So, guys, there have been a lot of rumors floating around online about this, and there's been a lot of chatter throughout Colorado, and we just wanted to tell you guys,
clear it up.
Yeah, just
hear it from us first.
Exactly. Francesca and I have decided that we will be getting some day jobs.
You almost couldn't get it out.
I know. Sorry, my lips couldn't even. Jobs. Yeah.
Like
as much as we love
employment.
podcasting full time, which is happening, I just feel like we just don't really have the income to be doing the types of dinners.
No.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, Nick, we got paid $500 for that. Great. We go to a $300 dinner.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
The math isn't economicing, so we have to.
Like the term starving artist, just like isn't for us.
We can be artists, but like we're definitely going to be at the cutest taco place down the street that you've ever fucking seen. And yes, I'll have 4 margaritas.
They're $17 a piece in this
know.
city. Like I thought, like coming down from a tourist town, it is cheaper down here, like groceries and stuff.
Drinks are expensive here.
Yeah, it's a major city.
And not everyone knows my name in this town because it's a massive city. So I like don't get that hookup.
Do you know what Cheers is? The old show. So Dad always references Breckenridge as like Cheers. Okay.
Never even heard of it.
I think it's like from the 60s, 70s, 80s. I don't know. It was like the original Friends. It's
Really?
like, yeah. So
No,
it's
I've
called
never even heard of
Cheers,
it.
where everybody knows your name. That's why I laughed.
Okay.
So the whole show is just centered around a local bar, and they
cute.
all know each other. And yeah, it's old, like older than even Mom and Dad. And so Dad would always be like, yeah, like I get that you like Breckenridge, but it's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
But again, not a lot of new.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't believe you don't know what Cheers
Never
is.
even heard of it. Don't even have like a.
Speaking of, if the word cheers wasn't in my vocabulary, would I even know what to say to other humans?
You say cheers a lot.
I'll say it as goodbye. I'll
how
say it
you
as thank you.
Finish an email or sign off an email.
It's how I sign off every
Cheers,
email.
Francesca.
I had a boss in New York who did it once, and I thought he was so cool, and it
Cheers.
just like stuck to me. Yeah. I had never seen it because I was like corporate.
It seems so like it's like professional yet like cool.
Yeah, like cheers, comma,
Yeah.
Francesca
Cheers.
Piazza, and then your whole signature. So it's like, it's a great sign off. It's like friendly, but it's totally professional. Maybe not in like a finance.
Yeah.
But what do you say? Like best?
I
Sincerely?
love best.
Oh,
That's
really?
What I like. Best because it's almost like I have better things to do. But thanks. I don't know. My professors in college always did best.
Oh, because we were talking about how we keep going out. Like I did not know I was coming to like a New York City level of like eating places.
People say that the food is bad in Denver.
I've lived in New York. It's way better in New York, and it's better in Chicago. But like, shit is happening here.
Okay. Absolutely. And this is something that I have decided that okay, and I forgot that I thought this. Let me explain.
Please.
Okay. When it comes to like when people say that Denver's food is bad,
Who says that?
I hear that so fucking often, and it's like I forgot that I don't give a fuck about your opinion, girl that I just met off the street.
I think people just like to say things to say them
know,
sometimes.
You know what I mean? And it's also like, dude, you're not a fucking foodie just because you like to go out to eat. You know?
I agree.
I don't really care about some random person's opinions about the food that they eat. I truly don't. It's the same way
Unless they are a foodie. Because I know that word gets thrown around. It's so annoying. It's like, oh, you like to go out to eat like the rest of us. But I do think there's some people who I center half my personality around going out to eat.
You're a fucking foodie.
I literally, I will call my mom and give her a 30-minute explanation about a chicken tender that I had.
Totally. I honestly, I don't think I would consider myself a foodie just because of you, just because we have really gone out to some like really fabulous restaurants, living in Aspen, working in fine dining. I've thought about it. Like I've really thought about like what makes a good meal, you know? And I really like hearing chefs' theories on like why this dish is good or why they made it or why they paired this with that. Like, and I feel like I do have a sophisticated palate. Like I know wine, I know tea really well. Like, let's just say it. However, like I'm really not the biggest critic. Like if I have a meal that's kind of subpar, it doesn't really bother me that much. Like I just think like whatever I'm eating, it was fine.
Because you're more of like I would say like an international, like you're a very cultured eater.
Yeah.
So like you've eaten all over the world, but like you are like a big lover of like noodles and beer.
100%. Yeah. And like,
and you're not going to tell me about the consistency of the noodle and how much broth, but I would say you are a foodie because you know so much about food and you've worked in really fancy kitchens.
Yeah.
So like you've gotten like almost like a chef's view of food.
100%. And I love learning about it, but so that's like when I know that there's just like some random girl that you meet off the street that's like, Denver just doesn't have the best food. And it's like when I know you're probably eating Jack in the Box tacos for most of your meals, like I just don't really care about your fucking opinion.
Yeah.
And especially that's like I'm also a vegetarian too, which like I feel like my palate is a little bit different. Like our friend Denver Daddy.
Yeah.
He said City O City was shitty and that place was quote, that place is garbage, which is one of like the most renowned vegan restaurants in Colorado.
Oh, I was
garbage.
like, which daddy? Blonde Denver daddy.
Blonde Denver daddy. We have a lot of daddies, and they might not be my daddy. But
Mom got mad.
What?
She listened to the podcast and she goes, I didn't know that he was back in the picture.
Oh.
And I go, he's not.
He should be.
No, he's mean. You guys,
anyway.
I asked him, hold on, side note. I asked him, I go, because he does know food. But
he knows
like,
great food. Yeah. He knows food.
He really knows. Is he a foodie though? Or is he just rich?
Wow, that's a philosophical question that I will get back to you on.
Okay. Because I will say that someone like being rich, super into caviar, which I had in our note. You go, Francesca, why'd you drunkenly write caviar the other day?
Sure, no, it just said caviar. What is that?
No, I was like,
What
I don't know,
about?
TikTok. I'm on caviar TikTok. But no, so I go, and I was kind of embarrassed because he kind of like always kind of says like off the cuff things about like me not being, I don't know. He just, because he's rich, fine. Like I've never been around fucking rich people. LOL. He is born and raised in Denver. So he also knows a lot of really good places, is rich, goes on a lot of dates with girls. So I was like, hey, are there any like classy bars that like you think would be like cool if like I had to possibly get it theoretically if I were to have to get a job on the side to furnish my apartment,
like one night a week.
Yeah, to pay for my things. Full time on the podcast, I might have to get a job. But no, I was like, are there any classy bars? And he goes, my kind of classy or your kind of classy?
My kind of classy or your kind of classy? Honestly, Francesca, it's hilarious. And you need to be better at being teased.
No, he was here. I go, I don't understand the question.
I don't.
I said, I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Are they different? Question mark. Immediately. He got so much sass for me. And he goes, maybe just, sorry, he said laughing face, maybe just, and then like the pinch, like just a little bit emoji mark, like just a little, just a smidgen.
I think Francesca
sorry,
took
I'm
this
just
very
staring.
hard.
You fuck off, Nick.
No, I'm serious, you did.
No, because I think that he makes subtle digs. Like he thinks he's funny.
Like a quip.
Well, he's like
makes quips.
condescending.
It is he is condescending.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We don't like condescending.
No, I just think that he thinks he's so much better than me or so much classier. And it's like, it's so funny to me that like I said what I also said, followed up, I go, it's so funny that I think you'd treat me so different if you met me when I was living and working as a director on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Which I probably some random old man in Denver I probably wouldn't be talking to. So maybe it's me mixing up my standards.
Yeah.
But it's like, I do different things than him. I think I did not say this, but in my head I followed up with, sorry, I'm not boring.
I think that's what it is.
Because he has like a 9 to 5 and whatever. I will say that we will stay out late. We'll find ourselves at after parties. We go to a lot of Burning Man type things, a lot of like festival-y things to where like I might be in glitter and being like wild, and that's like so not him and like so out of his element because he'd be like at the steakhouse having a nice dinner
and
with
then
a
in
sport
bed
coat
by
on.
midnight.
Yeah. That's one of the last texts he sent me was that we just have like very different life schedules and sleep schedules. But what was I going to say? I was just kind of like, so like our dentist who just bought a $2 million house, who goes to Burning Man. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw your house out there. Dentite, Nick.
Yeah, no.
That's messed up. But, well, money, of course, also doesn't equal class. But what I'm saying is like someone who's like super high up, super successful that does these kind of things, that makes them unclassy.
We couldn't even keep up with our dentist.
Because he's a partier. Which has nothing to do with class. I mean, it would be different if, yes, I was like, I don't know.
But if Blonde Denver Daddy met him, not knowing that he was a incredibly established dentist, would he call him less classy? Probably.
Oh, yeah, because he's not boring.
Because he's not boring, right? Even though dentist is way more successful, has way more money, and also has a seat at the table at any dinner he's trying to go to, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
the man has contacts in every city.
That's what I mean. And like, that's kind of the thing where it's like, I'm not trying to say, take me out of this conversation, but I'm just saying like, I think it's really fascinating and interesting to kind of examine or analyze what judgments people give to you based on certain activities that you do. Example A, our dentist, right? Who is such a classy guy, literally is so successful, but will out-party you.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
also like classiness, like being raised well.
Exactly.
Very respectful, very well-mannered.
Exactly.
I find unclassy to the opposite to be trashy.
Yeah.
To kind of like a little white trash. Like I'm not gonna be like topless or doing, not that like we all haven't done like something unclassy, but like it I think being raised well.
Yeah.
Having tact. Mm-hmm. You know, not being like uncouth.
Etiquette.
Yes.
Etiquette's a big thing. Like,
I literally wanted to be like, I'm sorry, sir, did you go to Cotillion? Probably not.
Are you Catholic? No, but
Cotillion is not Catholic.
I thought Cotillion was specifically Catholic.
Absolutely not. It's completely secular.
Cotillion is secular.
Yeah.
Cotillion
is etiquette class and
I
dance
thought for
class.
Catholics.
No. He's getting it mixed up because I went to an all-girls private Catholic school. Lots of private schools send their kids to Cotillion. Usually it's like type. Usually it's like related to debutante balls and stuff. Not a debutante.
Huh.
But no, it's not like a Catholic school thing. It's just like an etiquette thing. I mean, it might be rooted way back when, but I don't think so at all.
I'm gonna go down a major rabbit hole of
It's just like fancy training.
No. Like if you stay the night at someone's house, do you know to like make your bed after?
That has nothing to do with Cotillion.
No, I know. But
you're just
about,
saying
like,
with
class and like etiquette.
This is one of our biggest things with people that I feel like just throughout the ages, that when you spend the night at someone's house or even sleep on their couch, fold their blankets.
Wow. Yes. Wow. Like, listen, I'll be the grimiest, unshowered, gross, might have scabies looking motherfucker sleeping on your couch.
He's never had scabies.
And I've never had scabies. I'm just kind of being dramatic. But, and I'll fold the 2 blankets on your couch.
And fix the couch, put it back together.
And the amount of people that don't do that, I'm amazed.
It blows my mind. You know, I will like tell other people about someone, like, they stayed there and then they like made the bed. Made it nice, folded the blanket. It's bizarre. It is
some
something.
People have no etiquette. Or they weren't,
they weren't raised like that.
They weren't raised like that. And, you know,
so maybe is it their fault? But to me, but like having class, it's also like being a class act.
Okay, y'all. So I was very, very busy these past couple days. But Francesca wasn't. I'm just kidding. No, we have been. You tell us about what you did the other day. So also, for those of you who don't know, we have a long lost set of cousins that we just found out about. and 2 of them who are lesbians live in Denver. And so now
I love that you like throw out the list.
No, yeah.
I mean,
think it's important to know.
Because I think like half our long lost family, we've told this before, is gay, which is amazing and wonderful.
Yeah. I just feel like people need to know.
Okay. The long lost cousin is actually Jen. Jen dates Amanda. Shout out Amanda. I know Amanda listens. She took me as like a welcome to Denver. Well, get this, you guys, to a Nuggets game.
Nuggets.
What's a nugget?
A nugget is a...
Well, it's like a gold nugget. I had to explain this to Mom because like the gold pan where we used to work and like
the Gold Rush, Colorado.
The Colorado Gold Rush. So everything has to do with like mining. Breckenridge Mining Company.
The Nuggets, like gold nuggets,
yes.
Is the basketball team here.
I had to Google what sport it was.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know? Oh, it's the Colorado Avalanche. I'm sorry. I don't know if the Avalanche or the Nugget is which sport. What else is there? Broncos. Right?
Yeah.
Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos. That's football.
Okay. Anyway, so she messages me, texts me, and goes, "Hey, do you like sports?" Loaded question.
Loaded fucking question. Do I like sports? Like,
I said, I'm gonna level with you, Amanda. I go, do I like tickets and events with my friends and drinking at those events? Absolutely.
Sure, absolutely.
I go, if you're like asking very seriously, like if I ever at my home have turned on the TV and turned it to sports, I go, has never even crossed my mind. It's very honest.
You don't just throw on football?
Sports Center. You worked at a
ESPN.
sports bar though. So you know sports. Nick was throwing out names of players. He goes, I feel like he's one of my coworkers because I work at a sports bar. And he's always on.
Oh yeah. Just one of the Nuggets. Nikola Jovic, or I actually
Jokic.
That giant ass white guy with the giant nose, and you know he has a 12-inch penis. He's literally. I work at a sports bar, so he's always on the fucking TV. Okay.
I didn't know Nick threw out a couple players, and I was like, I know the players now because now I'm into sports.
You're into sport. Goes to one game.
No, I moved to Denver.
Wait. While you were at the game, you messaged me and you were like, "We're sports girls now," and I was like, "Okay, keep the "were" out of your mouth, and you can say "I." Make "I" statements with that. There's no "we" to that. Just because you drink Tito's at a basketball game doesn't mean we're sports girls now.
You know what's funny is in therapy, that's a big thing, like couples therapy, making "I" statements.
I versus you statements.
Yeah. Like you do this wrong, or I feel hurt when you do this. It's just when I've got a PTSD from therapy.
No, I think
you're like, make I statements. Yeah. Separate
that was
yourself
the joke.
from me.
I was making the joke.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Because you shouldn't make I or you statements. You know what I mean?
You guys, I statement.
Our cousins
First of all,
are a little bit.
No, our
bougie.
cousins are bougie.
They like the finer things in life.
They do. And we're just lucky enough, to have found them through time and space and geographically that our cool ass huge K family loves to like take us to really cool fucking things.
You.
No, but I feel like the whole family has like afforded us like a lot of experiences. So she's like, okay, like, I'm going to get us tickets. And I said, okay, well, like, or she goes, would you want to go to a basketball game? And I said, well, Amanda, I'm going to have to level with you again. I'm living off the podcast right now. I go, I'm fine. I can pay my rent. I don't have money to drop. Like I was like, if you're asking if you have a free ticket, if you would like to take me, like amazing.
Right.
I go, but if you're looking for me to pay for the ticket, like pay you for the ticket, like honestly, you got to take someone else. Like I love you, but I would never ask you to do that. Just being honest. And she goes, no, free tickets. Sneaky. She bought the tickets. I thought she got free tickets. That's why I agreed.
Oh.
Yeah. So she was saying it, like seeing it as like a welcome to Denver cousin.
Yeah.
And then when I found that out, I was like, I am going to get you back. Like we'll go out to dinner when I have expendable income again. And she was, of course, class act, was like, I expect nothing. This is a gift. It was a welcome. So if you want to get us back later, cool. But like, I'm not doing this so you pay me back.
I love that. I love that.
Which is how people, like classy people act.
100%.
We're obviously still getting her back.
Duh.
Yeah. But then, okay, so I'm like, cool, like a game. Never been to an NBA game. And she goes, by the way, she like shows up to come see our apartment. She's like, I just want to let you know.
She came here?
Yeah. I gave her a whole tour.
Oh,
actually,
fun.
I like wanted to make her a drink first and then like show her around. She goes, can I just, and she just walks into your room, starts turning on lights. I'm like, we are family.
I love it. I truly love that.
Yeah, I know. She didn't ask questions. She was like, come on. And I was like, no, let me show you around. She's like, I got it. Starts literally turning on all the lights. She's in your closet, like looking at my room. And she's like, oh, you got the master. I was like, all right. Yes. Yeah. Where's the lie? So, and then she was like, by the way, I think you're going to be really excited. She goes, just when you think that we're going to stop walking closer to not the field, the court. Yeah, thank you. And she goes, we're going to keep walking. And I'm like, okay. She was like, no, I got us some like good tickets. I'm like, okay. Still thinking like, you don't immediately go to like something crazy. You're just like, oh, like close. Like to me, like row 20. Insane, amazing. You're treating me. This is crazy. I mean, I'm used to sometimes like being up top.
Yeah.
You know, even when I was dating that baseball player, the seats aren't insane for their free tickets. You're not like right behind the plate or anything. It's because those are like reserved for like the season ticket holders, like a ton. It's kind of like it's like I would say like 100 rows up. It's like the section I was stuck in.
Like, that's really interesting, even being with like
the family section isn't that big because think of the money that stadium can make off those really close sections. They're not going to waste it on free tickets for the family.
Yeah.
Not that you can't in certain games, like they pull boxes or things like that. Or maybe I was just given some shitty tickets. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't really know how it works.
Anyway. So, that's another thing. I said, okay, well, like, amazing. Thank you so much for the tickets. I go, I just need to let you know that I can't afford drinks at the game. I am in no, like, not that I can't afford like things, but I'm in no position to be buying $20 drinks.
Money's a bit tight right now. And Francesca and I are just living within our means and within our budget that we have carefully outlined for ourselves.
That's what I posted on my story. I was like, I literally posted like me pouring my Tito's shooters into a fresh squeezed lemonade in the toilet on my Instagram story. And I was like, it's called budgeting.
Honestly, I thought that was a bit iconic.
I feel like dad should be proud of me.
We love like a deal. If a deal means sneaking shooters in your knee-high leather fry boots.
Hi. You know how many shooters I can fit into these boots?
I know.
Okay, but you guys, I have unearthed a secret. Normally, I'm like not this type of person, but like, fuck paying $18 for a mixed drink at a game that's 1.5 ounces.
Yeah.
So I shoved.
Fuck that. But
yeah.
like, what else are you gonna do? It's not like you're gonna sneak alcohol in your leather fry boots.
It's exactly what we're doing, you guys.
No, exactly. That's what I mean.
In my bra. It's just like I can't do it. So I go, don't make fun of me because I'm sneaking in shooters. Because mom and dad would never like expect us to like go to a game and be sober. No.
Or just not even have a drink.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like you're going to a sporting event. I'm not that into the sport. Or I wasn't. But like, anyway, so
no, 100%.
I was like, I'm sneaking in shooters. She was like, hell yeah, girl, I'll sneak in shooters too. And I was like, God, this is why we're related. I'm obsessed with you. So we get an Uber there and I'm like nervous about they pat you down. They do like a wand.
You're not sneaking cocaine through the airport.
I know. And she goes, well, what if they find them? And I go, I will drink all 4 of these shooters right there. And then I just won't have a drink there. Lies. But like, I am literally going to chug them. Anyway, snuck them in. Nobody said anything. I got a little nervous. He made me go back through. And he was like, do you have like any, you sure you took your keys out of your pocket? And I'm like, I had my biker jacket on though. And it has like buckles. I was like, it must be the buckles. Cause the Tito's shooters have a little metal top, but I don't think they're looking for guns. It's not like, I don't think it's going to set it off.
Or like, nightsticks and shit. Yeah.
So I got in and then Amanda goes, well, do you want like a lemonade? I'm thinking like a fountain lemonade. No, guys. For the girlies who aren't sports girlies yet, they have fresh squeezed lemonade stands all over.
It was a straight up lemonade stand?
Yes.
I love that.
Well, so there you can get a regular fresh squeezed lemonade or you can get a vodka lemonade. That's all they offer at these lemonade stands.
Oh, so they had their own vodka.
She went to a lady and was like, "Hey, where are the lemonade stands?" And I was like, "What is she talking about?" I thought like, let's just go to the, the little stands everywhere. And she's like, "No, trust me." So we go there and the ladies are like, "Oh, you just want 2 large lemonades? No vodka?" And so it was $6 each for these large fresh squeezed lemonades. And I'm like, "Oh, I got this one, Amanda." $12. She was being like so nice. She goes, "How much is it?" And she was like, "Oh, $12. Like, are you sure?" And I was like, "Amanda, I'm not destitute.
I have $12.
I was like, I'm not. I just like literally like if you and I were going to a game, we'd have 5 drinks. I can't be spending $200 on alcohol at the game."
Right.
I was like, I just
on a Tuesday.
Literally.
Wednesday.
No, it was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm like, Amanda, but she was like being so, she was like, no, are you sure you don't want me to get it? And I was like, Amanda, I can get our lemonade. You just got us tickets.
It's the lemonades.
Yeah, it's literally like
you buy
surprised
the
I'm not
fucking
paying in
tickets.
quarters.
I'll buy the lemonade stand.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, I got it. And the ladies are like, "Oh, are you sure you don't want any vodka in it?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Are you sure?" And then we're chatting. It's like 2 old ladies, which what a fun little job for them. And
lemonade stand at the Nuggets game.
Yeah, at the ball arena. And I was like, are you surprised I know the name? Look at me. I like know sports. The ball arena. Yeah, just the fact that I didn't know it existed. But no, so they said something. I was like, well, after these drinks, like, I don't know if I'm gonna. And they go, but you didn't get yours with alcohol. And I go, yeah, Nancy, that's because all the shooters are in my boots. And I like winked. And they go, oh, like I'm naughty. And I go,
naughty girl.
And I like walked away. And Amanda goes, "Oh my God, Francesca, you can just tell people that." And I was like, what are they going to do? Send security after me? I go, I'm going straight to the bathroom stall. They can't come in there.
No.
I will flush the evidence. I will put it in the tampon receptacle.
Honestly,
no one will know.
If you did get arrested and kicked out of the Nuggets game,
just make for a better podcast.
Exactly. I'd be like, Francesca, this is the story of how Francesca got kicked out of the Nuggets game.
This is the story of the girl who got kicked out of the Nuggets game for sneaking Tito shooters in her little booties.
I guess.
I'm sorry.
Like, I mean, it's fine.
I just embarrassed you so much.
No, I'm just like.
I don't know why I just broke out in song.
Wait, hold up. Let's do a replay on that one. That I will edit back.
Can you remix that? Dude, we haven't even. This is our second drink. Although you poured it heavy, I haven't even tasted it yet. We're not even. I mean, I had coffee.
No, I'm sober as a clam.
Why am I so
right
slap
now.
happy? You've been gone for 2 days. I feel like I'm excited to have you back. I don't know. I feel like this is like a definitely chaotic podcast, as it should be, because it's us.
Hold up. Our guest last episode, Chris Thompson, shout out.
Yeah.
He was like, you guys are just a chaotic podcast. And I love that. And I'm like, it's so funny because like chaos wasn't really like what we had in mind for like the inception of this show.
Yeah.
But chaos is what it is.
You know what I will say, though, is that we do a better job on camera and with mics in our hands at speaking out loud. I think the fact that we're siblings who hang out a lot, not that it's unique to us, but like I just think anyone who has like a close sibling, if they hung out all the time, they would have like, we have our own language sometimes, or I think we speak in our heads. Sometimes when people hang out with us, we go, yeah, you know, like, yeah, yep. Oh, and like, we just made plans to get dinner. And everyone else is like, yeah. I'm sorry, like what just happened?
I said, I think the man that you're with is kind of like fugly and weird. And we're probably going to go get tacos.
Exactly. Yeah. No, like we speak in looks like too much.
All I'm hearing from your Nuggets game is you drink Tito's in the bathroom.
Okay. That was just the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
We don't have that much more to talk about. So it's not going to be that much more drawn out. Basically, the moral of the story is that money buys happiness.
Oh, absolutely. I mean.
No, okay. So basically, you guys, we get there. She was right. We keep walking down. I'm not going to like assume. I can't be like, oh, did you like get us courtside? When she's like, no, it's row 40. And so like, you can't, I'm like, okay, like I'm so excited. Like I've never been to an NBA game. So anything's going to be exciting for me. We keep walking. We keep walking. Second row.
Second row.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're a little bit elevated.
No. So it's funny. The guy, I was sitting next to a 65-year-old man. I just threw out a number. I don't know. He was old. And he was like, damn, how'd you girls get these seats? Of course.
Because women don't have money.
Mm-hmm. And anyway, he's like, wow, who got you ladies these seats? And I was like, Amanda, as like my welcome to, and he like Denver present or just like a welcome gift. And he's like, wow, it's a good cousin. Anyway, he goes, you know what's funny? People think they want to sit courtside, which courtside's like $1,200 on a, yeah. Yeah.
Straight up.
It can be $5,000 if it's like a cool team that like people want to go to, like a fun, you know how like Cardinals versus Cubs, everybody wants to go. Right. Cardinals versus, I don't know, fucking Astros or something that like people aren't that into. It's cheaper because it's like a cool game to go to. So courtside's insane. He was like, yeah, but here's the thing. Like courtside is cool because everybody can see you and you're right there. You really feel like you're like in the game. He's like, but it's kind of scary. They could like fall into you. It's like a lot.
They can sweat on you.
But second row, you are, or on the other side, we were behind the like replay guys. The other like, so there's like your feet are there. A lot of the other second rows or whatever, and you feel like you're closer, you're not elevated at all. So you could be looking at the back of someone's head. Like you're at the fucking musical and you're like, oh, okay.
But the paparazzi photos are really good.
No. On the court side, paparazzi photo is great, but like $5,000. I'm not spending that to like be at a game.
So like, yeah.
But these like raised second row, not as crazy. But the man next to me, shout out Jeffrey, this old man, he goes, these are actually the best seats because it's on this side of the court behind the replay guys. So you have like the replay guys and then you have the first row, which sucks their first row because it's not technically courtside because the replay, but then we're raised. He's like, so you don't feel like someone's going to like fall into you.
Yeah.
And then you're actually seeing, they're so tall.
They're the biggest boys.
Okay, that's another thing. Being that close, it was wild. I felt like I was watching like giants colliding.
No, but they are. I mean, they really are some of the biggest men.
Jokic.
Nikola Jokic. The man.
I don't think any sports boys listen to our podcast. So I don't know if they're going to correct us.
Can you please DM
Jokic.
us on how to pronounce
honestly, please.
his name?
I think we have like a lot of new like little Denver followers.
Where is he from? Nikola Jokic.
I don't know. I looked up his height. You want to know how tall he is?
6'10".
6'11". 6'11". I go, what do you even do with that? And Amanda goes, what do you mean? And I was like, no, I just mean like in life, like his body. Like, what do you like do with that? I was like, I was not saying sexually. I'm just more like, I've dated 2 men that were 6'5". You've seen it. Like,
I mean, I'm wondering sexually.
Yeah. But like, I'm more just like, okay, my ex who's like BFFs with mom and dad. What do we call him? No, because he's not Aspen Man.
No, he's dog walker.
Oh yeah.
Dog watcher.
The dog watcher. He's best friends with my parents now and watches my parents' dogs. We love him. He's one of our friends too. But he's 6'5", and sometimes when I haven't seen him for a while and I see him again, I'm like,
it's kind of nuts.
You're a big boy.
Yeah.
It's too. Why are you? And I'm a big girl.
I was just hanging out with a man that was 6'6". I said no, thank you. That was too tall.
I don't want to climb you like a little
everyone.
Yeah.
Wink. But like, 6 foot, and I'm just like, I can't go above 6'3".
I can't climb that tree like a little squirrel. What are you doing all the way up there?
I know.
6'11".
6'11". It's too much.
It's wild, but he's so good.
So good. MVP 2 years in a row.
Okay, so there's something about sitting that close to you guys. Like, I felt like I was the coach of the team. I felt like I was really involved in all the little...
Were you clapping?
Nick, I was screaming.
Yeah,
not too much.
Nikolai Jokic.
No, I was actually watching.
Yeah.
When I watch football, I look past it.
But would you watch football if I just put you on a swivel chair in the middle of the 50-yard line?
No, because I don't understand it.
Well, there's
not
lot
a
of
lot
weird
to
rules
understand
to
in
American
basketball.
football. Like, basketball is just like
Maybe
vertical
I played basketball.
soccer.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I
Did you
did.
say vertical soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. Actually, I'm very good at free throws. Just like I'm good at darts.
I bet you're so good at free
And I'm
throws.
really good at defense because my limbs are so long.
Defense. Yeah.
Yeah. They would just have me wave a lot.
Block.
Yeah. But like I would get a little too aggressive and then I would get in trouble.
Fuck those girls.
Yeah.
You know.
Girls are wild in sports. But no, I was so involved, even more so than hockey. Because hockey's like a fun, fast-paced game to watch. But something about being there and them being so close and like watching the Giants hit each other and do this, I was like, Nick, I had so much fun.
Good. I'm glad that you had fun at like such a wholesome event.
I'm into sports now.
Yeah.
I told
basketball.
I told Nick I might change like my Hinge and my Tinder to be like, if you want to sit me courtside at a Nuggets game, I will go on a date with you.
Honestly, leave it to the men who will spend $600 on a ticket just to take you out. For you to
Way more
deny
than
them.
that.
We need men like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Jeffrey invited me on a game. The
Jeffrey?
man next to me.
Oh, yeah. The 65-year-old man.
Maybe older.
Well,
He was
honestly,
like kind of
get your
gracious
bag,
about
girl.
it because I was like kind of after he like asked me on a date. I just love talking to old man. You know, it's like my favorite vibe.
Old men?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
You know, like older men with money are like,
and they're
not
so
because I care about their money,
interested
but
in
like
every word
we're
you
just
say.
besties.
Yeah.
But more of like in a grandpa way, and I don't see it as like a sexual way. And then,
But they do.
yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah,
Amanda
yeah.
was like, "Are you okay sitting next to him?" And I was like, "Jeffrey, he's my bud, of course."
Jeffrey and I are like.
And then he
fucking-
asked for my number and asked to take me out, and then I like, it's like I'm here with Amanda. But then he kind of got the drift.
vibe, yeah.
He goes, "Listen, I'll text you," because I gave him my number. I panicked. And he was like, "I'll text you. You can respond or not." And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you. Like, so good watching the game with you. I think you'd
Nuggets.
like it."
But I feel like this is your journey.
Okay.
This is you and.
You don't want
know.
the lemonade?
No. Good.
So if I got us courtside tickets.
I mean, maybe I would go, but I'm just saying, maybe spend that on someone else. You know, I feel like I'm good. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, like this is your journey.
I
your
think you're
hobby,
missing out.
Your interests. Yeah.
Okay. It's my new hobby.
It's your new
Nuggets
hobby.
Games.
Courtside. My new hobby, everyone, is courtside Nuggets tickets.
Well, you know,
So,
we always have like eras. Like it was like the New York era, the
Yeah,
Yacht
yeah,
Week
yeah.
era, the
courtside Nuggets era.
and now it's basketball.
Basketball.
Like no one saw this coming.
No, not me.
Tito's in the boots,
Tito.
ball arena,
Yeah.
courtside Nuggets.
Are-
I'm gonna wear a jersey.
Okay. Just fucking
That's
put the jersey up on the wall. Using thumbtacks.
Nick,
Wait, what
I
are the
just got
colors of the
nauseous.
Nuggets? What are the colors?
I was gonna say purple. No,
No, is
it's
it-
navy blue,
Navy
And
blue.
yellow.
Oh, navy. Okay.
like a gold nugget. I think. Don't quote me on that.
No, I won't.
I'd bet $100 that I'm right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan now. I should know.
I mean, hey,
Could you
Well-
imagine if I put up a jersey on my wall?
Francesca,
Nick, you
I
would-
would literally throw my head in the oven. And I'd just be like, can someone
What
come
is
get
that
her?
that movie, The Virgin Suicides? You'd virgin suicide it
Yeah, when it came to my mind, I don't even know why. I
just
thought
in
about,
our
like,
living room.
Yeah, just Nuggets. And I already work at a sports bar, and like, there's so many jerseys on the wall, and I'm just like,
No.
God damn it.
Nick said we have to wrap up. Party pooper. But our number one thing to talk about was Miley Cyrus's new song. And listen, if he keeps it in and this is a long podcast, you let us know if it's too long.
You
Or
let
just
us
fucking stop
know.
listening to us. I don't care.
I really want to know like the retention time of our podcasts because
It doesn't show us on our hosting.
No.
Fucking rude. All right, listen. Somebody asked me if I heard of Miley Cyrus's new song. I said Nick's been listening to it on repeat. Like,
I had the music video memorized within an hour of it coming out.
100%.
And that's gayer than gay sex.
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie? No, so Miley... Okay, so I have this thing. I don't know if all of my listeners know, but everyone needs to know that I am one of the biggest Miley Cyrus fans in the world. I even have a tattoo of her all down my leg. And I'll maybe show you guys later another time.
It's going to be on the Patreon.
yeah, exactly.
Where'd you get that tattoo? India?
I got it in India, but when I got it, I had to tell my parents I got it in Sweden. But I actually got it in India for $15.
Iconic.
So, I know, right?
Also the gayest
No, it's the gayest
thing you've ever done. Like you lied to your parents about the country that you got your Miley Cyrus tattoo in.
Right? Yeah, no, and that's like the biggest. That's why I say it's gayer than gay sex.
Would you tell Miley? Would that be like the first thing you said to her? Do you know what you would say to her? The first thing?
I've never really thought about Miley, but I've always thought like, would I tell Miley that I have like a tattoo of her? But I don't know. I've thought about it.
Okay.
I don't have an answer to that, but because it is so like funny, it's like, hey Miley, I really think you're cool. I actually got you tattooed on my body. But no, so I have this like weird thing where Miley is one of my favorite artists, and not because I think that she is the greatest artist ever, and I really think she is great, but like I just feel like her. I mean, she's 2 years older than me. I was watching her when she was Hannah Montana. I was watching her when she went into Miley Cyrus. I then watched...
The original Nepo baby.
No.
She's not the original.
She's not the original Nepo baby.
She's an iconic Nepo baby.
She's absolutely... Also, name someone who's been iconic since she was 13 years old. And so relevant in almost every year you've ever heard of her.
Yeah.
She's never had to have a comeback, right?
Wow.
I mean,
wait, tell the people what a Nepo baby is, just for everybody who doesn't know.
Does everyone know what the word nepotism means? Francesca.
I can't think of a good definition.
Okay, nepotism is like something that's given to you based on your birthright. So like if you were the president of a large bank because your father was the president of a large bank and he handed that job down to you, that is nepotistic. That is nepotism.
Nepotistic is a word?
Nepotistic.
Sure.
Yeah. So it is just the idea of like inheriting something from your family. So a lot like Miley Cyrus's dad, was Billy Ray Cyrus, and
Achy Breaky Heart.
Achy Breaky Heart was his breakout #1 hit single. And so that is just kind of the idea of like, yeah, Miley Cyrus is really good and she is famous, but her dad was famous. So her becoming famous and having like a whole career today is basically based on the idea of nepotism, that she was handed it from inheritance.
Yeah.
However, blame Miley for being a Nepo baby. Just someone who's successful just because of her nepotism.
Because nowadays on TikTok and Instagram, it's all Nepo babies.
Yeah, but
it's like, you have famous parents. Now you're famous on Instagram. Now you don't have to work. Now you start companies. Your life is spelled out for you.
Exactly. And that is nepotism. I get that. And so many people that like don't start out with those parents that are in the industry or parents or whatever, like these things are so much harder for us to do. However, it's like, I'm not sitting here thinking that Miley's less great because she had the privilege and access to voice lessons to famous voice teachers. I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean, her godmother being Dolly Parton.
Imagine you could have one conversation with Dolly Parton and you'd probably take something from it. Mm-hmm. Imagine having a personal relationship with Dolly Parton while your dad is a famous country artist. Sure, we can call that nepotism, but I still think that makes her good.
I think I'm not salty about that. A lot of people think that they don't deserve their fame or they don't whatever. Miley's really earned her stripes over the years. But like a lot of these new ones, people are like so salty about. And I'm like, you know what? There is a lot of people. There's so many rich people. And there is a lot of babies or people that there's a lot of babies that could do a lot with their standing. But no, like some people just aren't doing shit with it. And what I'm saying is like, you're like, oh, they had a famous like Gigi Hadid.
Okay, sure.
But like, how many people in LA had famous, rich, connected parents who got addicted to drugs and aren't doing shit?
Drake Bell. Drake Bell has been trying to have a music career for his entire career.
Like Drake and Josh?
Drake and Josh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, before that, Amanda Show. Every millennial knows who Drake Bell is, right? But his music career has never taken off. he had access to famous people. He had money. He had voice teachers. Like,
Yeah.
if his career did take off, everyone would call him a Nepo baby.
I think it'd be harder almost. And people will really come after them when they're like Kendall Jenner.
Nepo baby. Hard fucking core.
She grew up on reality TV. So a lot of hardcore models who got discovered and worked their way up and had nothing, or like she'll get like voted model of the year or become a Victoria's Secret model. And they're like, you did nothing to deserve this.
Yeah.
She will argue that she had to work harder to prove herself against what her family is. And I see both sides, but you cannot, when she's like, I had to work harder than all these other models because of my family and to prove myself. It's not true. You got where you were because of your family.
And I also like, I'm not here to like, I guess, judge your journey.
Yeah.
You know, like I understand that her life comes with challenges. Also, I think that like a lot of rich people have challenges that most people never even handle. And that's why it's like, I know that people go through challenges in their life, but like, don't even try to pretend like you don't have privileges that 99.9% of the people like don't have, you know?
But I do think it's harder. Like, think of even if you blow up really big on Instagram, how a little bit scarier everybody watching you.
Yeah.
The downfall is bigger.
Yeah.
When most people start out, no one's watching, no one cares. So the pressure isn't as big.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so Miley Cyrus. She came out with a new song, Flowers. It's #1 on iTunes right now. It's actually her biggest hit ever, like pretty much besides Party in the USA. But like, guys, if you haven't listened to that song, I'm sure you have by now because it's been out for about like 6 days, maybe 7 days. It's pretty much her talking about, we speculate, it's pretty much about like her divorce with Liam Hemsworth.
It came out on his birthday.
It came out on his birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, that's new information.
Oh, you didn't know that? No, that's like, it came out on his birthday. And Nick, it starts with like, we built this home and we watched it burn.
Yeah, I just feel like it's so long since her divorce.
So there's like two camps. It's like, did her PR people be like, listen, Selena came out with this documentary. Everybody else is doing this. We need you to like, is there some like drama you could unearth to get the people talking?
Right.
But it is, okay, so can I tell you about the parallels?
Please.
Okay, so I like so she came out with a video. First of all, it's Bruno Mars. It's like an answer to Bruno Mars' song. And allegedly, Liam Hemsworth, Avengers Liam Hemsworth, her ex-husband, dedicated this Bruno Mars song. Like, I should have brought you.
Allegedly.
I'm a singer now.
Yeah, this is your singing.
I could have brought you flowers. Or no, I should have.
I should have bought you flowers.
I'm gonna see if I can pull it off again. I don't know where that like singing came from inside of me. I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have told you all the hours when I had the chance. Something like that, all right?
Karaoke.
Well, I'm gonna hate this episode.
It's okay.
And no, so her song is like a direct answer to that.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I can buy myself flowers.
Like the stanza and the chorus directly mirrors those lyrics.
Yes.
Yeah.
And allegedly, I don't know, I haven't looked this up. People are like, oh, he dedicated the song to her. Like he just wasn't there for their marriage and wished that he would have been. And it's a direct answer to that. Okay. Parallel 1. Parallel 2 came out on his birthday. Parallel 3, she films in this tuxedo when she comes out of the pool. And it is almost identical to what he wore on the Avengers.
All tuxedos are identical?
No. I really looked it up. It's like, it has like satin lapels. Anyway, I digress. Then someone said that she filmed it at the house where he would take the women that he cheated on her with. Again, I don't know. People on TikTok were like, people are going to be like, Liam used to water their flowers with like the water from that pool. But then I also heard that, you know how she was working out in the video?
Uh-huh.
Those specific moves are like from like a big moves in his like workout. Like he has like a workout company. like a hit company. And that it was like stuff that they do. And then I don't know if even alleged him and Jennifer Lawrence when they were on the set of the Hunger Games hooked up.
Yeah.
But identical. She's dancing in a gold dress. Liam Hemsworth and Jennifer Lawrence were on the red carpet together, and it's the same fucking dress. And what else was there?
I don't know, dude. I just feel like, you know what's so funny about this too? Because a lot of people in my life know that like I'm so into Miley Cyrus. People have sent me like these like alleged stories about like, you know, the workout routines that she does. And people are like, is this true? You know, they send it to me and I'm like,
I feel like she okayed it with him and like did it for PR.
Is that what your gut says? I mean, I just really don't know, but I love that like people are asking me like questions about it. Like,
because you said that her life mirrors yours.
I know, which is true. Like with her music and stuff. And like, as I've recently gone through a breakup, she comes out with a song, which is an obvious like divorce song.
Nick's like, I can buy myself flowers.
I can buy myself flowers. I can hold my hand. I can talk to myself for hours. No, but like, no, it's just amazing. I love that. Pretty much if you ever want to know what's going on with my life, just see what the most recently released Miley Cyrus song is, and that's pretty much what I'm going through because it's been a weird theme throughout my life. But no, I love that like people have been asking me like, so tell me about Liam's workout. I'm like, I don't know about Liam's workout. I only know what Marley's doing, but I just think it's like a lot of alleged incredible internet rumors. But I wouldn't put it past Miley to do really like intentional
symbolism,
specific things to really like poke at a person or really prove her point, because she is a Sagittarius and she, you know, I could see it. I could see all of that being true, and I do think that's in her personality.
Can you imagine?
I just don't think it's possible.
I have crazy thoughts. Could you imagine me going to like my producer and my PR person and be like, listen, like if it's all true.
Yeah.
He used to rent this house out to like cheat on me during our marriage. Let's film the video there.
House.
Let's get a replica of the suit he wore to that Avengers premiere. Let's do that. And then being like, oh, you want to like, you think that's in it's like, And she just did it.
She did it.
If people did that in real life, people would think you're an absolute psychopath. But I feel like when you're a celebrity, like it's on such a, like Taylor Swift, like on such a different level that it's like, okay. On that
I don't know. I mean, I think more things will come out about like weird parallels about like that song and her divorce, but I think there's really no way to tell.
Maybe her PR team just needed like a dramatic like ex gossip talk, and because everyone's talking about it.
Everyone, yeah, no. This song is like her best fucking hit single since Party in the USA, and that is why I'm so proud of her, and that is why, call her nepotism or nepo baby or not, like she really has been relevant since Hannah Montana. So take that, Sia. Take that, Dua Lipa. Name an artist who's been this relevant for that long.
Like another nepo baby? Nobody.
Well, I mean, even if they're nepo or not, it's like, is Rihanna this relevant? Sure. I mean, only the biggest of the big. And so, like, I don't think, like, Miley's the greatest artist in the world. I don't think that she's, like, on David Bowie level. But I'm just saying, like, as far as, like, relevancy goes for this long in this day and age where everyone has squirrel brains, just going to the next biggest influencer, the next biggest artist, like, you cannot fuck around with Miley Cyrus and how successful
I would never
her
fuck
career.
With her.
Exactly. You know, her career has just been so massively successful. And I just think that that's incredibly American.
This is the Miley podcast now.
Honestly, like you want me to talk about Miley Cyrus?
I know. I was like, should we like round out talking about Miley Cyrus? I go, let's give it 8 minutes. It's been probably 25.
30 minutes, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, love her to death. Thank you, Miley. Thank you for the song.
Hang up on this podcast and listen to that. Also, guys, follow us on the things.
Instagram.
Please.
TikTok.
Love you. Thank you for being here.
Full videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I watched one of them the other day and I was
Which
like,
one?
I don't remember. I just threw one on and I was like, I got upset though. I went to one of my favorite podcasters and I went to their YouTube and it was just the audio and like a picture. Yeah. And I was like, I was cleaning today and I was like,
most podcasts don't do full video. You know, that's a certain type of, that's a level of production that most people don't really get to.
I'm glad someone's dealing with that.
It's me.
All right. Cheers, fam. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening.
We're actually recording in 2 days. We'll tell you guys soon. We're going to be on someone else's podcast, and then we have like a lot of things coming up.
Absolutely. Cool.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Chef's Goose.